What's going on, guys? Welcome back to time-lapse number 5. I do believe we are on to now. And let's just say we get a ton done in this video. Definitely substantially some of the most progress you've probably ever seen in a time-lapse, and it just so happens to be one of the shortest videos. And I'll explain kind of why. So here, the first thing I'm doing here is I wanted to build one more road that went in downtown, just as kind of like a localized road to make it a little bit easier to get around, I guess, if you need to like drop people off, things like that. But once again, our goal is to make it really walkable, but at the same time, we wanted to have this kind of road, because really the one that's curved right now, the 4-lane, is going to be, the only purpose for that one is really just going to be to get you through downtown to the other side of the island. And then this one here will actually kind of get you around to all the buildings and things that you need to get to within the city. But one thing I'm going to note is, before we actually get to the skyscrapers, because we build a ton in this video, I say build, we don't really build any, is we use a lot of schematics. And a lot of them are from 10 plus years ago that were on Planet Minecraft. So a lot of them you'll see were on Planet Minecraft. It would be incredibly hard to try to credit all of them. I certainly could, but I'm just going to say, under the assumption that they were built 10 years ago, that, and this is not necessarily a for-profit type of city or project, I'm not going to worry too much about crediting them. However, of course, if you are one of the creators of these buildings, and you would like to see a building in the city that you would like for me to specifically credit in the YouTube video, I am more than happy to do that. So please just let me know, separately, so we can take care of that. But I'm not going to worry about it too much, because there's a lot of them that we use that are from Planet Minecraft and things like that. You may wonder, why are you using those? Just kind of taking other people's content. Well, I don't want to see it as necessarily taking other people's content. Our goal here is to build a city. It's not so much to design buildings and to design every building that you see in the city. The goal is just to build a city. And to do that takes a long time, right? This is not city skylines where you just paint in what you want and then boom, assets, buildings just pop up. You kind of have to have a better method for it when you're building Minecraft City, or at least if that's your main goal. Of course, there's people out there that have built all of their own buildings and to their unique city, and I applaud them. That must take just an enormous amount of time. That's just not really what we enjoy about building a city. In Minecraft, it's more about the roads. It's more about the just the overall city building experience. We like that part the most, and not necessarily designing every single building in the city. Some of them we will design. I have designed a couple of buildings that you saw in the old city. I designed myself, and so you may see those assets in the city, parts of the city. So keep that in mind. It's not all just from the internet, but I won't harp on it too much. But I just hope you guys understand kind of where I'm coming from in terms of what our goal is for the city. It's to build a city quickly. It's not to build every unique building. I mean, we'd be here for years. We would be here for years. This is going to allow us to build the actual city that we want. Stuff like the airport, I'm planning on custom building. We'll see kind of how that goes, because it needs to be to the scale of our airplanes that we're using. The subway, which we get started in this video, which is very exciting, is also something I'm kind of hand designing. So there's going to be stuff that we want to be unique to Panhandle City and Abelia County in general. And I definitely want unique things in the city. But of course, a lot of the buildings and stuff that would just otherwise take forever. There's just so many great, I feel like, designs already out there. And, why try to come up with 20 new ones when there's just so many great ones out there that people have built. And yeah, once again, a lot of these are like 10 plus years old from like Planet Minecraft and stuff like that. So you can go on to the Planet Minecraft page, literally look at Skyscraper from like 2014. You'll see a lot of these buildings on there. And I think they're great. I think they're all very, very cool, very unique. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and commentate a little bit more on what's going on. As you can see, right now I'm using some of the buildings that we had in our previous city. You can see a couple of those are in here right now. So yeah, and you can see kind of what I'm going for here as well. And I'm trying to just like snag. So here's a bunch that I just kind of cut to. And how did I get so many in so quickly? Well, this only took me like 2 hours. The answer is MCEdit. So a lot of the buildings were just too big to try to paste in one go on like with World Edit in the world. So I went on MCEdit, opened it up our level.dat, and was able to essentially just paste the schematics straight in where I wanted them. And yeah, a lot of them we still need to clean up. Some of them have like just blocks made of wool and things like that. And we can, of course, update that. And I certainly want to, because a lot of the blocks just look, or there's like ice and stuff. It's like kind of looks outdated. And I want all the textures to look unique. And I want to give that consistent style of the Miami type style. That doesn't mean I want every building to be white, but I do want to use a kind of neutral color palette to make it so that they're all fairly consistent. And there's not just like a big rainbow of colors. I think that would just look a little silly. So it's not perfect by any means. It's really not. But once again, I just want it to be unique to Panhandle City, and I want it to have a unique vibe. Our actual city itself. And so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to go and we're just going to change up some of the blocks. And we'll probably do that on stream on Friday at 7 p.m. If you guys want to check that out, please make sure to do so. Anyways, here is the subway. So I'm very thrilled. I know I didn't commentate a whole lot about the buildings, but, well, I mean, I kind of did. But anyways, you can see there we have pretty much the skyline filled out now, which is wonderful. One other thing I was going to mention about those is you can see how kind of all the big, really tall ones are kind of more towards the center, and then they kind of get shorter as they go out. It's not a perfect rule to that, but that was our general goal. And then all the buildings kind of on the outer part of that little island that aren't on the island, but over the bridge will probably be very kind of small apartment type buildings. So we'll see how we're going to do it exactly. Anyways, I'll get on to talking about the subway now. So within what our plan is, and this is not really set in stone or perfect, but within each city itself, so we're having the 4 total cities in Abelia County, we're planning on having one station, or I should not say one station, but one loop, right, consisting of multiple stations that takes you around that specific city. And then on top of that, we're going to have a subway line. I guess I should say line is the best word. But the line is just going to be, but the second line is going to take you to each city within the county. So the one's going to be a big, massive kind of line that goes to city. And then there's going to be one line within each city that gets you around that particular city. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it's pretty crazy explanation, but I'm sure it makes sense. So this one here, the one we're building right now, this is the one that's going to take you around downtown. So you can there'll be multiple stations in downtown, and this will kind of take you to all of them. This one here, and then the one on the other side, that's going to be the one that takes you to Granite Springs and Port English, and then you can also go down to Eufaula if you would like as well. So this design is not anything crazy, and it's not super, I would say, accurate to real life. I do really like the yellow kind of tactile thing there, though. I think that looks cool, like the stopper. Make sure you don't get hit by a train. And here's the trains that we're using. It is the New York City subway style trains. It's like a voxel add-on for immersive railroading. And I really just love the asset. I think it looks great, and it's going to work really well for this style here. So here I am. I've already built a second station. on the other side of the downtown island. And yeah, so what we're doing is I'm essentially connecting them up at this point. But you'll see there's kind of a major flaw that comes within me doing this, and you'll see quickly. You see I have a pretty sharp 90-degree turn here, and that's like kind of turning to go, you know, to the other station because it's facing a different way. Anyways, yeah, I'm doing like a diagonal tunnel, which I think looks good. I like making use of diagonals to like make the tunnel seem, you know, smooth, I guess. So yeah, I think it looks good. It's a good design. And then I also use like this light gray, or this gray like concrete powder for the bottom, which I think makes it look kind of rustic. And then this tarmac for the top tunnel. Like the subway tunnels are usually very grimy and gross and dirty, and you know, these aren't, we don't necessarily have the grimy texture per se, but it does look a little rough, this texture, so I like that, and that's fine. So here I am actually driving the train to test it out, and yeah, you can see our first issue kind of coming here. These turns are really wide, and it ends up, well, you can see right here. Yep, we are destroying a ton of blocks. So that was my mistake. I didn't know that the train was actually going to break the blocks. Didn't really know that. Probably should have thought about that. Because it does. And yeah, B, I forgot kind of how long the trains are. And not even mention, this is only one car, I think. It's not even two cars. So I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to make the turns way more gradual. And also kind of just extend the straight portions a little bit more as well. Because obviously, you know, it's just going to break them every time. So I need to do some more testing just to make sure I get a turn radius down. Just so in the future, you know, we're not having issues where it's breaking every single time. Because we were having that issue a lot. Anyways, guys, I know this one was shorter. Again, they will hopefully get longer in the future, but a lot of the work I did was actually in MCEdit with just like pasting the schematics in. So I didn't even actually do a lot of work within Minecraft itself. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. This is going to be this time lapse here for Thursday. You guys are watching this now. So make sure to tune into the time lapse, or to the live stream. Friday at 7 is the plan. I guess is subject to change, but that should be the plan. And we're just going to get on for a couple hours. We're just going to work on stuff. Whatever it may be, we'll see exactly. Just kind of wherever we're at. I'm going to try not to do too much in between now and that stream, just so you guys are as caught up to date as possible. And yeah, we will see you guys then in the live stream, and then new time lapse is going to be next Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.